This is Opeyemi Adesina, entrepreneur, investor, and the founder of Additional Assets, a diversified investment company with interests spanning financial services, real estate, agriculture, healthcare, and hospitality. A passionate advocate for African prosperity, is committed to empowering entrepreneurs through practical wealth education, strategic investments, and business development initiatives. Through his speaking engagement and mentorship, Adesina continues to inspire professionals and business leaders to build sustainable wealth and create lasting impact across the continent. At Beyond the Olodo, he'll share practical insights on how valuable skills become valuable assets and how competence can be transformed into lasting financial success.
Oh, thank
Thank
you
you.
so much, sir. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you so
coming.
much.
The
Thank you
stage is
so
yours.
much for having me. Can you hear me? Can everyone hear me?
Loud and clear.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much for having me. Special thanks to Mr. Ajibola for the invitation. I truly appreciate it. And I mean, we are eating well this morning. That session by Mr. Jimmy was such such a powerful one. Uh, where he said you need thinkers around you and not people that worry. That really got to me. There are people that can worry for Africa. Thank you so much, sir, for that mind-blowing session. It's so good to be here. It's so good to be here. And I truly believe that we are going to learn something, but not just learn, live here with to-do lists such that we can truly implement everything that we are going to learn from here this morning into the afternoon, as the case may be. My session is going to be quite maybe counter what the headline is or what the topic is, but I hope you get the message from it because I have a bias with the Olodo narrative, right? And I think so. It's going to be. I would just like to implore you to let's take a look at it from this perspective for a minute, and would say it's what or not, right? So my topic says from competence to capital, how to turn valuable skills into wealth, right? But I'll take it from the topic of the session itself, from the theme of the session itself, which is beyond the Olodo, right? Uprising. One of the references that was his name, that's YC mentioned when he made the reference was Pella, right? And to put it in perspective, any business that is thriving means that there's a market for it. In fact, if you learn business from anywhere, they will tell you, what's his name? If you see this documentary, Undercover Billionaire, this guy, Stearns Loans Company, what's his name? Glenn Stearns, right? He said something. He said, find your buyer first or find the market first before you build any product, right? It's the reason you see many people now advocate for building in public, such that you get customers' responses upfront. Some people even advocate for doing pre-ordering business, such that you've qualified your buyer's existence before you actually go into the business properly, right? Before you put certain amount of money into that business, right? And yes, you can say a lot of things about the fact that what are we celebrating? What are we promoting? What's the quality of men that we are putting on platforms, that we are doing all these things? But that this person is even a conversation theme in our homes, in our offices, means that they are doing something right. I wish many of us who claim not to be Olodos believe in our talents, in our skills as much as this guy does. Right. But I'll take it gradually. Turning valuable skills into wealth. I'm going to be sharing about 4 things with us about that. But I'll start with market demand. But permit me to use Pella as a case study for my conversation today. Right. That's why I said it might be counter the theme of this event. Right. But it's such a perfect case study when we are talking about turning valuable skills into wealth. Whether you think Pella skills is valuable or not, that's your bias. As long as it's concerned, if people are paying for it, then it's value, right? Because that means some people derive value from it, they are entertained from it, and then they are entertained so much they are willing to pay for it. Why do we go to now? Do we all have our favorite comedians? Right. Some people prefer Bobby, some prefer Basket Mouth, some prefer AY, some prefer. I'm a fan of SLK, for example. Right. I love his witty comedy. I'm a fan of Bobby Godwin. Right. I might not really find a lot of people, interesting when it comes to comedy, but I prefer other people. Does that mean those other people's comedy does not sell? I mean, they still shut down with hotels. So the difference here is the demand. If there's demand for it, it's going to sell. The fact is, if there was no demand for a Pella kind of entertainment in Nigeria, maybe in Africa, it would have been dead on arrival. It wouldn't have sold, right? But this guy at least tried to check. Okay, started from skit making on TikTok, put something out. He saw people's reaction towards it. He saw that people were watching, people were joining his live session, and then he went on it. So ideally, that's a business lesson from that. That in fact, have you seen people? I was watching Victory Ashaka's video yesterday, and he made a video that went viral last year where he talked about having his visa rejected when he wanted to travel last year. And then he made a video, so he cut the video to now that he's now traveling to several countries, Finland and all those things. And he made a statement. He said, I really didn't want to post this video. He posted it at the end of the day, and then the video became the very thing that now made him viral for other people to now start inviting him. Right. It's a really case study for market demand. There are products that you think would sell that would not sell. There are products that you didn't even know would sell that would sell. Have you listened to artists that will say, in fact, what's it called? If you listen to Yemi Alade, she said Johnny, which was a breakout song, was a leak. She didn't release Johnny. It was not. It was the producer that leaked the song. That's why she said they didn't even do a proper cover for the music. But the song got released, market demand embraced it. And that was the beginning of Yemi Alade as you know it to be today. Right. So business is not about or turning your skills to wealth. It's not really about how valuable you think the skill is. It's not about how quality you think the skill is. It's the reason you hear people say things like C students work for A student, A students work for C students. You hear people ask questions like, I know I'm better than this person, but this person is making more money than I am. It's not about being the best, it's not about being better. It's really market demand forces. Right. So maybe sometimes we need to stop overrating competence or what we think competence is. Let me put it like that. We need to stop overrating our subjective view of competence. So you believe that if something is not done your way, nobody should accept it. Meanwhile, see, there's the point of let me bring it home because I assessed myself when I was thinking about this session. Right. One thing I've been trying to do is to redefine investment, is to reteach how people invest. Right. But you know what I've also noticed? Not everybody really wants to build wealth with investment properly. Some people just want to have a house over their head, and that's it. Me trying to sell my ideology as if everybody should follow me would be me overrating myself. Right. I don't know if this is. I really hope this does not step on any toes. But have you seen people that believe that if you're not attending their church, you might not be attending a good church? That's overrating what you think is acceptable. Right. We are not saying that certain things are no, there's the line. We draw the line when it comes to ethics or legality. Oh, it might not be ethical, it might not be legal. But do you know that people still do drugs? There are still drug cartels. In fact, there's a theory that it is drug money that saved the global economy in 2008 when the global economy crashed. Right? There's a theory that bulk of educational financing, public institutional financing, are from drug money. Right? And so on and so on and so forth. Right? But drug is not ethical. Drug is not even legal. Why is drug still, profitable? Because there's market demand. And one reason why market demand seems to be really difficult to engineer is the fact that market demand is embedded in nature, in culture, rather, pardon me. It's embedded in culture. For example, one of the hardest things you can ever try to do is to change culture. Right. Let me see if I can bring up something. Let me use myself as an example. Do you know? See, I grew up from a very humble background. I've told my story countless times. There was a day in my own house. I came back home. Um, my wife had made a meal for me, and I opened, the pot. She was not around, so I was to serve myself, and I saw several kind of protein in the food, and I caught myself picking a big. I can't remember whether it's a fish or a meat now, and I dropped it because I felt it was too big for me. I'm telling you, this happened, I think, late last year. It's not 5 years ago, right? I'm trying to communicate something here. Culture, I was raised with, in fact, at a point in time, when we eat fish in my house, three of us have to share one fish. So you divide, let's say, if you know how they cut fish, there's the middle of the fish. So you cut it, maybe they give you that middle, then we are three. So myself and two of my other siblings. So that one middle of the fish, we are going to cut it into three places. So that's the kind of culture that raised me. Right? I can't remember till I left my house for school. I can't remember ever eating one whole fish. So for the first 15 years of my life, that was what I was raised with. So that day when I walked into my own house, seeing the food that I paid for, I could not even pick a big fish to eat for myself. That is culture. That is culture. That is culture. I've been to places where I enter and I literally, now it was later I realized that when you enter someone's office, you have to wait for the person to tell you to sit down. But several occasions when I've entered people's office, it was not that I was waiting for them to tell me to sit down. The place was so fine, I didn't think I was qualified to sit down. That is culture. I was not used to an affluent environment. That's culture. Right? Many of us are raised like that. So there are several things that you consume, not because you think it was good or bad, but because you've been engineered from childbirth to think this is what you should consume. For example, growing up, I didn't watch several movies, Legend of the Seeker, Merlin. I didn't watch cartoon, Avatar, and all those things. It was when I grew up, I realized that there's something called Avatar. I didn't know. What did I watch growing up? Odunlade Adekola, right? Sonyeri, Opakon. Those were the movies I watched. Right? So when I go to cinema and I'm seeing foreign movies, I don't watch it. I watch Nollywood. You can't blame me. I grew up on Fuji music, Said Oshupa, and some Islamic music. So now imagine what my taste bud is. What am I trying to say? Well, if you are saying that we are trying to really talk about Olodo uprising and things like that and turning valuable skills into wealth, look around you. What's in demand? I've had conversations with several Nigerians about investing, and they can't understand the concept of leaving money in a place for 3 years. It's like you will kill them. They can't. That I'm going to leave money somewhere, I'm not going to be able to access it for 3 years. They can't understand it. They want a place. The culture have not raised them to delay gratification. And that's why let another Ponzi come tomorrow. It will sell. You know what that means? There's demand for Ponzi more than verifiable investments. Another one crashed this year. Tens of billions of naira was lost. Are you seeing the culture now? So I'm saying that let's not see, when you want to think of what you should bring to the market, right? What you should deliver to the market. I'm telling you, while your competence is correct, you must be able to fit your competence to market demand. That's the truth. If you think it's just about I'm good with this thing alone, you are going to suffer. In fact, why Combinator's tagline is not make what people need. That's not their tagline. They didn't say make what people need. They said make what people want. You will think you only patronize what you need until you check yourself and you check your account statement and you see all the things you've been spending money on and you see that you've been financing wants, not need. You change your phone not because the other one is bad, but because you want to use the one that is in vogue. Market demand. Market demand. Market demand. So if you see, it looks as if the people that we even call the Olodos understand business principles more than us, the intelligentsia. more than knows the academics, right? There are several music that if we were to be the judge, the suit and tie guys would not sell. For example, Naira Marley is one of the richest artists in Nigeria. But I'm sure most of you know some people that you think this person sings good music, but he's not as rich as he is. And you're like, it's not fair. You know what's happening? Market demand. And market demand is a reflection of who we are as a people. If Pella is successful, it means that all of us consume his content. He understands market demand. So I'm bringing this conversation from a point whereby we might need to learn how to turn valuable skills to wealth from the Olodos. Because they've been successfully done that. They've successfully done that. Understand market demand. See, as an investor, I get people sending me pitches almost every time. Oh, I have this idea. I have this idea. And my question is simple. Do people want this? Are people willing to pay for this? Are people really looking forward to this? Have you sold any? Oh, this idea is going to revolutionize this. It's not business model. This idea is going to disrupt this. It's not business model. It's not. Okay, tell me, in your own definition of innovation, how exactly has Dangote been able to innovate? In your own definition, Dangote might not be innovative at all. But what has he understood to do? Provide market demand. What are people looking for? Cement, sugar, salt. See, pardon me, but the first lady might be right when he said we should go and start frying akara. You know why? There's actually market demand for it. I knew someone whose mom sent 4 of them to school selling pepper. I'm not advocating for first lady. Get me in context. I'm saying that there are some business that you think that is somehow or whatever it is, but there's demand for them. I'm saying this is your subjective definition of competence. You might need to keep it aside and ask a business question. Are people paying for it? If yes, then it's a good business. I'm telling you, so your ethical judgment and whether it's legal or not is now your preference. But if there's market demand for it, it will sell. And what engineers market demand is culture. It's culture. It's culture. So it's the reason I hear a lot of people, oh, I do this well. I'm a very good fashion designer. I'm a very good, I make hair, I make clothes and all those things. But why are you not making money? You don't understand market demand. You don't know how to communicate that your business in a way that it appeals to the people. I was with a set of people and I was studying, what's it called? Vicky James. And I said, do you really realize that Vicky James has very few fashion content on her page and she has more lifestyle content? You know why? She understands that market demand really likes gossip. So let me get the attention first. Then I introduce my fashion. Then you guys will now say, oh, she's good in fashion. And then you already like her personality. I would like Vicky James to make this for me. It's market demand. It's market demand. Right? If you probably go on Adesina's page right now, you probably not see any part where we're actually actively selling anything. Oh, come and invest this. Oh, come and buy this. You actually see. But we dish out what we know that people want to hear so much that people reach out to us themselves. Market demand. Once you understand the culture guiding market demand, you would realize that the gap or the bridge between your skills and the kind of money you want to make is you aligning with the market demand. It's you aligning with it. Right now, if you make a flyer post on Instagram, it's hardly not to really do well compared to when you make a reel. Why are they pushing reels more than flyers? They realize that people are now doom scrolling. Why are they not trying to? But doom scrolling is not good, right? Yes or no? Don't doom scroll. Everybody's saying it. Why is Instagram not saying, oh, doom scrolling is not good? Let's help people not to doom scroll again. Let's push flyer and carousels. As long as it's a business, what I'm about is to make profit. And what I want to make profit, I'm to give you exactly what you want, even if it is killing you. I don't care. I'm not your medical doctor. I'm not your psychologist. I have a product to sell. I have a product to sell. See, as someone who is trying to even let people understand a better way to invest, I know what I face. I'm talking to people and it sounds like I'm talking gibberish. So I've realized that people have been wired so much to go in a direction that if I'm trying to go in the other direction, there's something else I need to add. So I wrote here, what's it called? I was speaking to a mentor of mine recently, and one of the things she told me was the fact that I actually need to add lifestyle marketing to my content. I said it in one of my videos. People came after me when I said some politicians, even if you have good intention and you want to go into offices, you must need to share rice. And people came after me. Oh, what do you mean? Using the wrong strategy for the right thing is still wrong. I said, continue. The person you did not like will still win the next 4 years. Your children will still serve those same persons. Right? And I'll tell you one thing. I have been active in grassroots politics with my mom at a young age. When these people come to you, they don't say they are coming to buy votes. They come to the community and they say, who is the women leader? Gather the widows. We want to support the widows. They give the widows food. They will say, who are those children that are not in school? We want to pay 20 people school fees. That is how they come. You sit down in your AC offices and you think, oh no, let's not stop sharing rice. Let's do this. We need to think about their future. They are hungry. That's the only language you understand. Go to the areas. You see boys telling you, you want to speak English to them and not actually give them something. We overrate our subjective definition of intelligence and of competence when market demand says otherwise. Right? So once you understand market demand, you stop stressing. That's what this Olodo seems to understand. They seem to understand that market demand is all that there is. That is why a whole Davido with over 10 years in the industry will still have to go on Pella's live stream. You see that now? Secondly, consistent delivery. Consistent delivery. You that you claim to be competent, you have valuable skills, you post once a week and go and sleep. There was a day I do this research. I went on, what's it called? Was it Shode's page? Yeah, it was Shode. And I noticed that this guy has posted over 15 times in one day. And it was just about 3 p.m. that day. 15 posts. 15 posts. I've been following this guy. What's his name? Otkid. He released a song recently. Everybody who danced to the song and the video did well, he has been traveling to their house to be making at least, the one I've counted, 10 videos each with one person. Consistency. You that claim to be the best at what you do, let's bring up your page, let's check. Even the once a day that you post, we have to force you. I was speaking to a couple of entrepreneurs recently, and I was telling them, you want to build a particular social media following, and I'm telling you to post 3 times a day, and you're asking me, is that not too much? And I'm like, where did we get this culture from? And you still come back to say, and what's this successful people even making self? It's just grace. It's not grace. They are consistent. It's not grace. That even Apostle Paul says, with my grace, I still labor more than you all. So say another thing. Consistent delivery. Go on TikTok today. Pella has probably posted more than you have done in the whole entire 1 week. So with the market demand, he had consistent delivery. Consistent delivery. Volume. See, what's his name again? This guy that wrote 100 million leads. I think Alex Omozi, yeah. He said, do the work so much that it's impossible for you to fail. One of the ways I said it is that put out so much volume that people can't even remember to check if there's any other person doing what you are doing. You are the only one they are seeing. Put out so much volume. Nobody has the time to actually go and check. Is there any other person doing what you are doing? You look at Kataife. Oh, you don't like him. I don't like him either. But I respect his business ethics. I believe he makes noise, but I respect his business discipline. Every week, is it every week? I can't remember, but every week he's repainting the studio. Go and check all his series. Every time he's repainting. Bringing up new concepts. Today he's using Kataife this thing. There was a day he streamed 24 hours for, I think, 3 days. You can't even go live for 20 minutes to sell your market. And you are here complaining. The Olodos may be knowing what we don't know. The Olodos might be people we should employ as role models. Let's not sit in our comfort and just see. Like I said something the other day. I said the way we are going, the children of the intelligence will later go and meet the Olodos for mentorship. I saw someone put out a course recently, and she said she would teach several courses. It didn't make sense. Point blank, it did not make sense. I'll teach you forex, I'll teach you AI, I'll teach you crypto, I'll teach you drop shipping. She listed everything. It did not make sense. But guess what? She has built so much followership, putting out several contents about, and even though the content is full of yash and bomb and all those things, she has done it so consistently that she had over 1 million followers. Over 100 people registered for the course. I think in 24 hours. You even rented a studio apartment. You sat down, you did makeup, you crossed your leg, right? Then you started with a quote. Albert Einstein once said that this and this and this and that. You had caption, you did everything, you posted 2 sales. Even the 2, they still paid deposit, they didn't pay full payment. We are not ready. We are not ready. We are not ready. We are not ready. Consistent delivery. It's a crime in my firm. They know, everybody knows that 24 hours go by and there's nothing put out. It's someone is like, I will die. If something will go wrong, someone can lose his or her job. That people wake up morning to go to bed at night, and they didn't see anything new from Adesina. It's a crime. The only thing is that they must see more than even one particular content. It's a crime. Consistent delivery. See. I don't want to jump ahead of myself, so let me just take gradually. But consistent delivery. You are less than 1,000 followers on social media, and you still post once a day. You are a joke. You are not going to build shit. Nobody's going to follow you. Forget. Nobody's going to follow you. You are not going to. That platform, you will not build it. Pardon me. What's it called? It's the reason why I hardly have master classes. I really don't know how to host master classes like that. Right. But let's just say that because we have so many things we've noted down in our notes that we never take actions on. And then it looks as if the people speaking don't know what they are saying. It looks as if every coach is just speaking grammar. Meanwhile, they are doing what they are saying and they are getting results. If we leave after this session now, what did you learn? Oh my God, it was so powerful. Mr. Jimmy said this. Mr. Jimmy said that. Next year, you are still the same. And the next year again, there will be another Olodo that you still be shouting again that what we're having platform in this society itself, we are not really projecting people that are really doing well. Meanwhile, you are doing something that is meaningful. You post once a week. Many of us need to go and actually pay for mentorship for Pella and let him lay hands on us. 3, consistent innovation. If the way you've been doing things January is still the same what you are doing in July, there's nothing to justify why you are where. There's nothing that is against why you are where you are. There's a question I used to ask someone, so people close to me. I'll tell them, I said, what exactly do you want to achieve? What's your goal this year? And then they write it. And I'll ask them, be honest with yourself. Do you deserve this thing? No, be honest with yourself. Do you deserve it? The kind of way you put in the work, the people succeeding at it, are you doing up to what they are doing? Do you deserve it? Do you? Pella started from TikTok, blurry cameras, but kept on doing it. From TikTok, moved to Twitch, still kept on doing it. Many of us, we saw the video that he did with Aisha Speed. What did he even say? Please help me. I'm big, I know. Let me just do shit with you. We laughed. We said, you think Aisha Speed will come and switch you to? By the way, there's nothing different between what Aisha Speed is doing and what Pella is doing. I've watched his stream. Guess what? I just said there's nothing special about what Aisha Speed is doing. But guess who was at FIFA closing ceremony? And not Adesina. Aisha Speed. Aisha Speed. Do I have the resources to do an African tour? If I'm truly talking about free prosperity, yes. Have I done it? No. Have Aisha Speed done African tour? Yes. So why does he not deserve what he's getting? You see that now? Because I measure myself. If you say that if you say that what someone A is doing is whatever and you can do better, then beat them at their game. Innovate more than them. Release consistently more than them. Drown them with your volume. That's what we're saying. Drown them with your consistency. Drown their voices with your innovation. Drown their voices with your innovation. The way you even talk, we don't even drown their voices. But as long as your voice is still second to theirs, they will still consistently be the one being celebrated. Being celebrated. Number 4, partnerships. Partnerships. If Pella was a business, one of the biggest M&A deals of this year is Pella and Javi's marriage. If Pella was into corporate finance, if I was into corporate finance and Pella was an organization, Javi was an organization, one of the most profitable M&A currently unfolding right now, one of the most favorable, most profitable mergers I'm seeing right now in the market is Pella and Javi's. It is. Forget your subjective ethics. Forget that. In their industry, the content and the streaming industry, that is one of the biggest M&A deals. Should I tell you another M&A deals? Shank and Enzo. Another one, Davrel and Davido. You see that now? You see what I'm saying? But they are the Olodos. And they are the culture we don't want. I don't want my children to be exposed to this. They will do it so much. They will not watch it at home, they watch it in school. They will not tell you, but secretly, that's the people they want to be like. Because they are the cool ones. They are the cool ones. Partnerships. You see Pella and Davido. You can't even think of what someone else is doing in your industry or close to your industry that you can leverage together. You can't. You can't. Everything is you. If you are consistently innovating, you will get to a point you will know you need an extra strength. You will know you need to enter into a new market. You need someone who is already in that market to introduce you into that market. Partnerships. When I used to when I used to sell clothes and I released a collection, I will gather people. You are a photographer, you are a makeup artist, you are a video guy. Let's come together. Let's launch this collection together. This is what it's going to take. We put funds together. We launch it as if we are a creative house together, and everybody makes money. Everybody's happy. Partnership. So what am I doing? The makeup audience are getting to know me. My audience are getting to know the videography audience. The photographer audience is getting to know me. Partnership. If it only takes you doing small things for you to think you can do it alone. It takes you thinking, knowing that what you are doing is really small for you to think that you can do it alone. There's no mentor that you are actively pursuing that they know you. Everybody is your mentor. Everybody show me that is your mentor. In fact, Dangote is your mentor. How can you have a mentor you don't have access to? What you have is a fantasy, not a mentor. You just have an icon, a fantasy and icon, not a mentor. Lastly, and this should be number 1, but I intentionally made it last, so that it will continue to ring on our heads, in our minds, even as we live here. Be a person of high conviction. That is the difference between you and these guys. See, I've realized that people that don't seem to have talents, or that don't seem to think that they have options anywhere else, whatever it is they can find, they believe too much in it that they will die on it. But you see, that I have BSc now. I got it with a strong 2-1. I even learned data analytics. I also did a short course on HSE. What else do we do? Right? I've read about 30 books this year. I have digital marketing skills. I have social media skills. I'm a graphics designer. I'm a tech bro, and all those things. Congratulations. You have all those things. Yet, you are not convinced on any of them to push it as if that's all you have. But you see those guys, they will look at their lives and be like, the only thing I know how to do is to be a fool. I'm going to be this fool so much, the world will celebrate me for being a fool. That's it. That's it. That's the secret. Whether you think what they are doing is valuable or not, that's your business. As long as they think it's valuable enough, they will continue to beat you hands down. They will continue to be the one buying the luxury cars and building the house, and the evil society will celebrate them. Another, what's it called? Pulse Award will be out next year. Guess who will be nominated again? The Olodos. The Olodos. Right, then there will have maybe 3 or 2 or 5 segments for someone in governance, someone in entrepreneurship. But you see, content creator of the year, skill creator of the year, streamer of the year, they would have like 20 categories. You know why? Because that's where the market is. The event organizer also knows that for our event to really go viral and pop, there are categories we must put. These categories might not make sense, but they are the ones that will push us because the event organizers also need marketing. Be a person of high conviction. You don't need too many things. That one, even if it's Baba. I heard when Mr. Jimmy was saying that the people that bab for Elumelu, that bab for Dangote, they fly with them. People that they are muscles, they fly. You don't need too much of, and I'm telling you not to get it. But I'm currently I'm writing my CFA very soon. What's it called? I think in November. So I'm telling you, as someone who is obsessed with certification, obsessed with it. There was a video I did where I said that I had over 40 certificates when I was leaving school, and I had to burn a large chunk of them. Because when I was in school, I was just moving from everywhere. Anywhere they are teaching, I was there. But guess what I added to all my certifications that some of us don't add? Sales skills. Sales. As I was selling, let me help you write assignment to my classmates. I was selling clothes to the entire school. I was everywhere. Everybody knows me because I believed in what I was doing. High conviction. High conviction. It's the reason Pella can wake up and tag TVC and said, I'm going to buy you. People post my video without me. You think it's stupid, but you don't have, you don't even have the conviction to even speak authoritatively in your industry. You can't even see something in your industry and call it out. You can't even speak to the leadership of your industry. You don't even think you are worth anything. But you think so. He is that confident in what he offers that he can call an entire TVC and say they are not doing something right. You can't even have the audacity to confront a competitor. You just say, let me just do my own. I will just do it and do that. High conviction. I will repeat everything I've said now so that we can pay attention. Number 1, fit market demand. Number 2, consistent delivery. Number 3, consistent innovation. Number 4, partnerships. Then number 5, be a person of high conviction. Be a person of high conviction. I hope you've learned something this morning. Thank you so much for having me. I'll be taking question and answer now. Thank you so much.
It's about to stand, but I realize it's virtual. And give you an ovation. Please let us give Mr. Adesina a round of applause. Let's appreciate him in the comments. I don't know, but that session was fire. I was almost I was laughing. I was almost crying and laughing at the same time. So you really touched points. You spoke straight to the soul of the matter. You addressed the various things that the competent have refused to do, right? And this is what the competition is. The competent need to show values. Those are the that matter in the grand scheme of things. See the Olodos, they go outside the country and it's hard to integrate their values because out there, what they do is not valued. So how about the competent being bold about their own values? Because imagine we don't have medical doctors. But these medical doctors, they are silent. They don't want the world to know how valuable they are. So yes, they have the right systems, but they lack the values. And that is why us that have those values, let us rise. This is an act, this is a war. This is a war against, you know, why are the ones that don't have the values we have being visible? Why are they bolder than us? Why are they more visible? Why are they posting 5 times a day? Why? Why can't they eat your own content 5 times a day? Like I always said, I feel like there is no vacuum. Okay, we want to get rid of the Olodos. Then what? People watch content every day. There has to be a replacement. The competent now have to release content. They now have to release value so that it's a whole war, and we are going to war. That is why we're here. It's a revolution. Thank you so much, Mr. Additional. And I'm just going to ask someone fill the form. So he is asking, he or she, as a poultry farmer, how do you think I can make people buy from me? We all know everyone eats eggs and chickens. So how can people actually buy from me? I think you answered this, but I think you can tailor it to his industry. Okay, you're muted, sir.
So, practical example, you're a poultry farmer, you sell eggs. How do you want people to buy from you? Wake up in the morning. I don't know if you have a car, right? Whatever it is, however it is, you can carry it. You have a place where you live, you have an area, right? Put a few crates of eggs in certain, maybe any container you can find, however it is you can find, and go knock on doors in those your areas. Dedicate 1 hour, 2 hours every day to doing that around your street. I sell eggs. This is what the every other person sells it for. I'm willing to give you 20 naira discount on my own. All you need is to call my number on this phone number and I'll get it across to you. Do that 2 hours every day or 1 hour every day. Come back. Create 10 content every day from your farm and post on social media. Do that every day for 30 days. If your sales does not change, look out for me and send me proof and call me a liar. So there's no out of this world strategy. It's just be where the customers are and sell to them. Simple. Go live on TikTok in your farm and advertise. Oh, I have eggs for sale. If you are within this my area, send me a DM. I'll deliver to you. Simple. That's how to sell. I've answered your question.
If that person is here, I hope your question has been answered. Jeremiah, your hand is up. I want to be sure that's the question because your hand has been up for a while. We'll take one more question and that will be all. Okay, Shemilore, please go ahead. After Shemilore, we'll move on to the next session. Please make it very brief, Shemilore. Please unmute yourself. We can't hear you in case you're speaking.
My name is Adesina. Okay, so thank you, to the speaker for answering that question. But I want to say all things being equal, your eggs have to be good eggs. You cannot be going around people's houses and then giving them bad eggs. They won't come back to you even if you reduce the price. So make sure the eggs are good. Make sure they are big enough for that price, and then you will sell based on what the speaker said.
Thank you so much, Miss Aderonke. So Shemilore's question, I don't know, we'll just move on to the next session. Thank you so much, everyone. If you still have questions, fill up the form and then we'll find a system around it so your question can be answered. Okay, on to the next session. Please we're going on a commercial break and we're just going to be, this event was sponsored by various organization. So we'll just be having a brief break right now.
The reason your business is stuck isn't strategy, it's you and your team. Now, imagine what happens when you grow and your team grows with you. Check out some of our programs. They're content-rich and deeply experiential. See, at Seed Academy, we help founders, managers, and sales team to lead, manage, sell, and succeed. Let's build the team that builds the business. Talk to us today.
Seed Academy, your growth partner.
The Mavericks Leadership Center, raising iconoclastic leaders.